Folks, it is week 12. I will again today be rejoined by Mr. Nez from the Badge Bros as we take a peek over at a bunch of the Unabated DFS pick'em tools. We take a look at some of the projections. We take a look around the market and we build some winning DFS pick'ems for week 12. Stay tuned. It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King Summer. All right, GM, sir, how are we doing on this wonderful, beautiful, snowy morning in the Midwestern United States? You get any snow?
No.
You're down in Texas now.
Yeah. This is fall for us basically. Like, it's like the beginning of fall. The trees that are changing leaves around here are starting to finally change. So like this is when things finally start to get cold for us. It's officially hoodie weather down here. But you got some snow. That's exciting.
So it's basically like 50 miles north of me, they got snow. It wasn't quite cold enough for us yet, but it's coming. I'm very excited for my puppy to get to see snow for the first time.
Gonna freak out.
Dude, we had a bunch of last week was so many like 5 of 8s, 6 of 8s. I did, the you won $9 playing Pick'em Champions notification is like in one aspect, is that a good notification or is that a bad notification? Like, I guess at the end of the day, I'd rather get the $9 back than lose it. But just knowing like, oh dude, all I needed was Audric Estime to score a touchdown or whatever from the shipper. Yeah. Not great.
Yeah, I mean, that $9 goes further than we think, right? Over time, those $9 add up, and it's like, oh wow, you can play a little longer over time. You gotta zoom out a little bit, but yeah, that does just sort of really, really just kind of gut you, knowing how close you were. But like I said, man, it pays off over time.
That is a better notification. The notification, it's because of the way the game goes. Like, I like knowing, like, oh, dude, you out-sharped Underdog. You got the vulture protection, so your entry got rescued. Like, totally. I'm so sharp.
Yeah,
I'm sure in
no way after that, it's nice.
I'm sure in no way, shape, or form is the fact that I'm sure the vulture protection is not priced in at all, right? No chance. No chance.
I wouldn't even check.
No, I certainly would not either. All right, man. Let's start building. Let's do the first step. Let's head over to unabated.com/NFL/DFS/underdog fantasy. We are going to fire up 132 player projections from the Blitz.
Is this just going to be like absurd Detroit Colts stuff? Oh,
I don't know. He's got a. So right away, he's saying the Mike Evans stuff is wrong. He's saying Mike Evans, part-time player, brother. Which, by the way, Nez, as we noted last week, this is a great way to do player props and to do DFS pick'em entries, where if a line is making the adjustment to project someone as a full-time player, and you project them like they are a part-time player, that's actually a way to win player props. And that is what each of these first 2 wagers are. He's got Mike Evans as a part-time player. He's got Chuba Hubbard as a full-time player. I don't know if I agree with Derek or not on that, honestly. I'd have to think more about it. What do you think?
That's really well. He thinks Chuba's like you said, he thinks Chuba's full-time, right? I mean, he's loving the Chuba stuff. Off the rip, man, those first 2 just like don't sit right with me.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
Could he be correct? Absolutely. But like, it doesn't sit right with me, and it's not something that sticks out as something I want to play. I'm going to consider that though for DFS, come Sunday for sure though. Like I've got a lot of Mike Evans right now in Underdog, so maybe I'd take that down a little bit. It's not factoring in the possibility that he's not, getting 80% of snaps.
Yeah, to be honest, I have yet to consider the possibility that he would return after, by the way, never even going off on the IR. You know,
Right.
he never even actually did go on the IR. I never really considered the possibility that he would not be a full-time player. Now, this one I actually do like. I like Jaden Daniel. Wow, we got a real-time change. I've not seen that happen before.
Wow, that's cool.
We got a real-time projection push. Okay, I do like lower on Jaden Daniel passing yards. I like it for two reasons.
That's pretty logical.
The first being they are just going to run a ton here. The second being he has been worse at deep passing, and they have adjusted his deep passing rate down ever since he injured his ribs. What are your thoughts on that one?
I think it makes perfect sense. I mean, everything you just said, right? They're positive game script, probably going to run a ton. They've got 2 running backs to use because Eckler's looked awesome, and B-Rob's obviously a horse. I just and the ribs thing is very real. Haven't seen like the Jaden Daniels early season efficiency since that injury. Let's plug it in.
All right, there we go. That will be number 1. Now, I should also say the correlation play there is Brian Robinson hires. Mm-hmm. They juice the shit out of Brian Robinson this week. I can't take Brian Robinson. He's like his touchdown multiplier is like 0.8.
Really?
It's the guy's priced like David Montgomery this week. So
he might be.
I mean, he is a very good DFS play. He's very good. They
might have moved it because it's 0.92 now.
Okay.
For touchdown, but we can come back to that. That seems reasonable.
It seems reasonable. Man, I would rather give up than ever do it. Can you imagine logging on to Underdog Fantasy and saying, you know what I want to do? I'm going to take a lower on Jahmyr Gibbs.
Come on, man. You got to have some soul. You got to.
It's like, I know I can hold both ideas to be true. Sure. One, that the most theoretically profitable wagers are always unders on superstars. And also that I don't want to do it because then that means it's like, oh, I win this 1 3-legger on Underdog.
Yeah.
But then I lose my best ball portfolio. No, thank you. I'd rather not.
Who wants to bet against Jahmyr Gibbs, man? He might hit this in one goddamn run. Like I can't do it.
He really could. He really could do it. Wow. Another member of the laid off gang is going around right now, bro. It's really there. One of shit. I'm an asshole. I forgot one of the chat bros last week also got laid off. It's just going around, man, and that's why we got to hit this week. We absolutely we got to feed some families, Ness.
Shout out the Takecast. You had a really good conversation to this last episode with Wiggins on there, and just kind of really fully understanding like just everything that's happening right now in these different emerging markets and why they're emerging as much as they are. We're gonna do it for the chat. We're doing it for the chat here.
We are doing it for the
see
chat.
the Tony Pollard higher rushing yards, and I love it. I don't know about you.
So my gut instinct is that it is thin, but then you realize that's based off thinking the Texans are a good football team because they happen to have a winning record. But then you realize the Texans are actually not a good football team. They're not, buddy. It's not happening, man. Like they're could without that was it a pick 6 or a fumble 6? I don't even remember. Without that, they were not going to cover the spread against the Cowboys. Against the Cooper Rush Cowboys, they were gonna not cover the spread.
Yeah, I just have this feeling of fugazi when it comes to the Texans. I'm gonna look up some EPA stuff on them, and I'm gonna probably make an arbitrary endpoint. You've been doing week 4 as my arbitrary endpoint for when looking at defensive metrics. Well, pretty good drop back EPA allowed, but rush EPA middle of the pack. And I just think this Titans team looked decent these last couple weeks. And really, like the biggest thing for me is like no Tajay Spears this week, most likely. So, and Pollard's looked healthy. Let's throw this higher rushing in there. I love when Cardi says we could take a higher. I love his.
No, I'm sold. I'm sold. You don't even have to sell me. I'm sold. Is Saquon Barkley's line really 20.5?
Holy crap!
Is that really what it is?
Well, 20.
Yeah, it's not even about hating Barkley because, like, obviously, that war is over, dude. We lost.
Yeah,
We lost.
no.
Okay, it's not about hating
Battered
Barkley.
and
It's like
bruised.
dude, I'm taking lower 20.5 rushing attempts for any player for any reason. Like I was just looking at one with Rich, and Mixon has 21.5 rushing attempts as his line. I'm taking lower on that too. That's crazy, dude. That's 21.5 rushing attempts is so many.
Do you want to hear some like pretty good news though? This is best ball news.
Yeah.
So we're all really down horrible with this Barkley stuff. He does get, and I know they just lost the Steelers in week 15. So that could just absolutely just axe and weed out these Barkley giga teams if the Steelers can do their job.
Doesn't Henry have like a super cupcake that week though?
Oh God, yeah, we're not completely out of the weeds yet, are we?
Yeah, dude, he gets the Giants, brother.
hey, at least the defense isn't the problem with the Giants though. They got an okay defense, but yeah,
it's just about playing downhill, and they're just going to be playing downhill. All right, we've got Jaden Daniels lower than 218 passing yards, Tony Pollard higher than 50.5 rushing yards, Saquon Barkley lower than 20.5 rushing attempts. That is all very straightforward. I value my sanity too much to do a Derrick Henry lower.
Yeah. Even though I do like it against the Chargers, but
I do
not.
So I've taken Derrick Henry lower rushing yards one time this year. It was the overtime game against the Bengals. He had 33 rushing yards at the end of regular time. And I think he got the 100-yard bonus. And he had like a 65-yard rushing touchdown. Now, estimate lower rushing yards. Last week, that was a gold star play.
Yeah, I got tricked.
But now I think it's bad. At 30.5, he can get that in garbage time. 50.5, you're not getting that in garbage time. You can get 30.5 in garbage time.
Well, speaking of that game, what do you think about the Minshew passing yards?
That is Cardi Central. That is like him to a T. I
think he's onto something though. And the reason I say this is because the only it's the simplest reason ever, but like Zamir White and Madison just have not practiced yet this week.
I don't think they're going to play.
And it's going to be super negative game script, almost certainly, right? The Broncos are like quiet wagon. I don't know, man. I'm kind of digging it. But we can put a pin in it.
I just don't. I was gonna say let's put a pin in it. Let's come back. I don't want to. We got boys in the chat getting laid off. I can't tell them to pin their hopes on Gardner Minshew. I thought this one would be on, but it's not as wide of a gap as I thought. I thought Cardi would have Mixon for like 17.5.
Yeah, not super.
Every week, Jared Goff higher passing yards. I mean, that's you can cook that one up like in any game, and that in a way is also a bet on Anthony Richardson, who looked so much more competent last week. I was so pleasantly surprised by Anthony Richardson last week. That was
oh my gosh, right? That we needed that as a nation. We really needed that Anthony, because it's just football's so much more fun if Richardson's cooking.
Speaking of which, Anthony Richardson higher pass completions. I wonder what he's got on Richardson in general, because I kind of like yards more. Not pretty close. What do you think? Any of these on Richardson draw your eye?
We got so completions is an edge.
Completions are yards.
Yeah. What does he have? Does he have? I'm curious what he has for like combined pass and rush. If Cardi has anything up on that.
He would. I'd have to change tabs. Let me tell you what.
Okay.
Where's his rushing attempts at? Am I blind? There is no rushing attempts.
No,
that was my gold star play last week. Yeah, higher. Take it.
Okay. I have it 7.5 at 0.9x, but still.
It's not available on my window.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I'll do the completions. I'm
gonna follow along with you and then maybe do a reuse.
All right. So we've got Daniels lower passing yards. I mean, that was that one. You win that one in a lot of different ways. There are just so many different ways that you can win that one. And I suppose what you are hoping for is the long Noah Brown target that's coming. You want that one to be DPI, not caught.
Yes. Yeah.
All right. We have got Tony Pollard. I mean, that is a low rushing yards line for Noah Spears, man. That is really, really low.
I agree.
We've got Barkley. I'm tempted to make Barkley lower 20.5 rushing attempts my gold star play, man, because he doesn't even get the, we get the ball to the 3, you get 4 cracks to try and score type thing. You know, that is a lot of rushing attempts, dude.
It is. It's just scary, just based on the season that he's had. But to make it the lock, I mean, I'm putting it in this, but.
All right. We have got, and I'm going to do the reuse players tab. Classic. Learning about the reused players. I mean, it's cost me a lot of money, but
it's so good. It's so good. What do you
Go ahead.
I was gonna ask are you gonna like swap anything out for Richardson here, or are you just like doing the flex to standard?
I'm doing the flex to standard. So we have got Anthony Richardson higher than 16.5 completions, Jared Goff higher than 245.5 passing yards, lower than 20.5 rushing attempts for Saquon Barkley, higher than 50.5 rushing attempts for Tony Pollard, and lower than 218.5 passing attempts. There we go. So it might just be historical anomalies is saying that Richardson is 8.5 carries on some of the other
They might be updating it.
So they're probably updating it on Underdog. All right. I'm going to use my reuse players tab. And there you go, everyone. I will share that with everyone in the YouTube chat. And I will also post it in the YouTube description for any of you who want to come and watch this on playback. All right.
Give it a refresh, man, because I'm seeing Richardson 7.5 for 0.9.
I mean,
because we can maybe do something.
Someone in the chat will tell me why the 0.9 is actually terrible. Which
for sure.
Which I mean, look, yeah, but all we care about is shippers. You know,
I just like ignore it. You know, if it's something that I like, I just as long as it's not like too bad, I just kind of ignore that. The math is really hard to do too, right? Like it's really hard to like compare, because I know you can compare to other sort of games like this. The docs are hard to compare, so you just got to trust it, and I trust this one.
The docs are hard to compare. And it also just, it futzes with the math of like, oh, it's minus 122, it's minus 112. And it's like, well, my God. I mean.
Because then you add all these different multipliers. There's too many.
There's a reason why I'm basically a court jester on YouTube all day and not a mathematician. Like, I think we all understand that. Okay. Let's head back in and let's build. So that is basically my gold star play of the week. I mean, that right there, it was my gold star play last week. It's going to be my gold star play this week. And if it loses, no refunds. So Nez, do you have a gold star play?
I mean, I think so, man. It's another 0.9x, but like Devon Achane is finding the end zone, right?
Oh yeah. Devon Achane is finding the end zone. Like that is happening.
I've been like sneaky loving all these Patriots matchups this like ever since like May has kind of emerged, and this is just another one that I'm excited about. They got a really high total in this game, and
oh no,
don't tell a big underdog.
I won't. I would never tell them. I promise you that I would. I wonder. They don't have anything posted yet right now, but I wonder what McCaffrey's receptions lines are out in the world. They might not be posted. They might
because of the Purdy shoulder stuff.
4.5 on FanDuel. So my guess is when this gets posted on Underdog, it's actually going to be posted at 3.5, and it's going to be shaded. It's going to be 3.5.
With like a 0.9 or something like that, right? That we've been seeing. Yeah.
So let's skip. That was going to be my additional gold star play, but I will actually give you an easier one.
There it is. So what
Hunt rushing touchdown.
So do you think Pacheco's limited or just not playing, or does it even matter?
He's either gonna not play, or he is going to play at best the Pirine snaps, like 17 snaps, get a target, get 4 rushes. At worst, the steal snaps. So like literally like 6 snaps and 3 rushes or something like that.
And like at that point, why even do it?
The Chiefs are generally pretty conservative bringing guys back from injury. That's just kind of their deal. They like to bring them back, let them test out whatever the injury like. And also this injury that Pacheco has, like, I feel like I'm the crazy person. I'm like, guys, we all watched Tony Pollard look like absolute dog water a whole year removed from his injury. Mark Andrews, like the greatest tight end of his generation, is behind Charlie Kolar now because he had this injury. Tank Dell was like the funnest player in the NFL last year. He's got a lower targets per route run than John Mechie.
Wow. I agree. And it's like, it's so early to come back. I mean, just like think about it, like not even just from like a historical, like what we've seen from other players' perspective, but think about like yourself having surgery on your ankle, and then like 2 months later, like you're going out and playing football. Like it's such an insane thing to actually like conceptualize, like having surgery and then like doing the most physically taxing thing you could possibly do. Yeah, no, this is good. I like where we're headed here.
Yeah. So these are, I do not have another gold star play to add. I would rank them in hierarchy this way, but I would say these are pretty, and obviously we are paying some tax on them. They are all a slightly negative multiplier.
Because they're so good.
Because they're so good. Yeah. I'll say this. If you are watching this at home and you want to duplicate this later on, I would add McCaffrey combo hires. So whatever, when they post his receptions, tease him up to 50 receiving yards, tease him up to whatever. That would be, I would use the slider, because if Purdy is actually limited by this shoulder thing, I mean, this is a playoff game for the 49ers. There's no fucking around here at all. Like it's going to be McCaffrey until he pukes. I'm going to ship this one.
All right, let's
not even going to flex it. We're playing this one for $25. That is the gold star play.
Not for the 3Bs. You got to go full bore on these guys.
Correct. All right, now we need to build the octopus. We need to build the all touchdowns. And we need to spice it up a little bit. We don't have to get too spicy, but we can reuse Achane for sure. I mean, in what scenario is Achane not scoring in this game? I
can't possibly think of it. I have 10,000 simulations in my head, and he's scoring in every single one.
Dude, I ran 80,000 simulations. I went full Nate Silver, and the only simulation where he did it was one where he actually got concussed while scoring a touchdown. So he actually scored while being concussed.
Yeah, just unconscious in the end zone, still possession of the ball.
Here's a hidden edge in DFS. Play guys who have the Guardian cap, or do you know what Pollard wears? Have you seen what Tony Pollard wears?
The thing that Dalton Schultz also wears?
Why would every player not wear that?
I don't even know what it does. What is
so if people don't know what it is, because Tony Pollard has this, I don't even know how to describe it. Let me see if I'm going to pull.
It's almost like it's not like a necklace, but it's like a little neck.
It's called a Q collar, a brain protective device being worn in the NFL. So Tony Pollard wears this. Do you remember that game when he was chalk in DFS, the first game that Spears missed?
Yes.
So he got his bell rung. He got smoked.
Yeah.
And he went and did the independent neurological test, and he came back in.
I mean, that's
now
that's impressive.
Andrew says the research is not conclusive. Rusty says it's a liability write-off. Mark Zorner says it works. Grant says it's supposed to increase blood flow to the brain. Mark says every PT he knows says it works. Let's ask Gumby.
Yeah,
we need to Gumby. We need to ask you. But basically, first off, why would every player not wear this? 2, hidden edge in DFS and daily fantasy sports. You gotta play guys who have the Q collar because their in-game injury risk.
Projection.
Yeah, their in-game injury risk goes down.
I love that.
I'm just saying. Okay. Achan for sure. It decreased blood flow out of the brain, which increases the amount of fluid in brain to make it more resistant to shock or something.
Or something.
So my take is very simple. Play guys who wear that.
I think it's so good.
This actually is true. A-Chain took the Guardian cap off last week. He's getting too confident, bro. Guy doesn't get injured for 3 weeks and takes his Guardian cap off. All right,
come on, buddy.
Are we taking Gibbs, Montgomery, St. Brown, JMO, Laporta?
Which I think you go
all of the above.
I think you go Montgomery.
Yeah,
that feels the best to me.
Do we get the vulture protection on Montgomery? That is we don't.
No, Gibbs gets it. Ooh, well, did that change it for you? Because Gibbs is actually a better multiplier.
Do we do both?
Whoa, no one's ever thought of that. No one's ever thought of no one dare puts both of these guys in the same.
What does that do to the multiplier? It probably treats them as uncorrelated, basically.
Yeah, we should be getting a boost, in my opinion.
We should be getting a boost, but we're not. All right, I'm taking. You know what? No, I think the Lions lay pipe here, dude. We're taking.
They absolutely do. They absolutely
do. We're taking both. Okay, there we go. We have our Lions every week. Here's a hack. Every week you do need to be including at least one lion in your Octopus. I'm not saying that you always have to play exactly what we play here on the program, but 1, you should just play an Octopus because it's fun.
Yes.
And 2, you should include a lion in there every week because that is it's a secret play.
Yeah, these guys are just beating up teams. Absolutely.
All right, Nez, who should we look up next?
I think we should add just a little bit of a spice to this, and I think we should throw in Jaden Reed to score a touchdown.
Oh my god!
I think these games are always so much fun with Niners and Pack, and Jaden Reed is a baller. Just enough said. It's the baller model. He checks out as a 1 out of 1 to 0. 1 being a baller, throw him in there for a touchdown. And you can get there in a number of ways too, which is fun because, sometimes he does a little end around. Sometimes he's just streaking for a touchdown. Throw him in there. This game's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm in. Who's your favorite of these teams you're not woke to playoff best ball yet. You're probably not drafting them yet. I broke
day one. Yeah, sorry, man. My goddamn Wi-Fi in here is so spotty. So day one I went in and I just drafted every 49er and then called it a way too early contest. And then I'll go back in once we get the gauntlet, the real stuff. But I mean, I don't know what the question is, but I think my answer is the Chargers.
Oh, my question was, of the non-top 5 teams or the top 4 teams that everyone loves, who's your favorite?
Yeah, it's the Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers.
I know they're going to charge her, but I swear Harbaugh has what it takes to break the curse. He's not a dork. He's not a dork.
I actually think I agree with that. I think that he is one of the few guys who could actually change what would you even call that organization? Whatever it is, he can definitely.
Yeah, I just like the mind. It's honestly, it's woo-woo stuff, man. It's just a mindset. Harbaugh brings in a mindset that people buy into, and they don't believe they're the Chargers anymore. I think Harbaugh turns them into like a high school fucking football team, right? Like they're going out. It's Friday Night Lights. Like he's bringing the football feel back to the Chargers, or to it for the first time, perhaps. I love Harbaugh so much. I think he's such a good coach, and they just look good. So
what Charger are we? What Charger is on our Octopus?
Oh, let's see here. Who do they got? So their Monday night game against the Ravens. Wow, yeah. That's going to be so sick.
Great game.
Is Ladd okay? I thought I saw. I mean, maybe this is just routine for him now. I thought I saw he missed practice.
I don't know. He might have, but hey, we'll get refunded if he doesn't play.
I don't see anything. When I search top and it's Ladd McConkey, it's just a bunch of highlights and a bunch of people saying how cool he is. So I think we go Ladd McConkey.
Is he iffy? Is he iffy for Monday per Underdog News?
I mean, everybody's iffy. You know, I'm iffy for tomorrow. But yeah, let's see here.
We don't even know if we're going to be alive tomorrow.
Estimated as not exactly. We're iffy to breathe. Estimated as non-practice participant. He was on the field 73% of snaps. He's gonna play. That's what I say.
He's come on, dude. You think a guy named Ladd is not playing?
And this is such a nutted matchup for him too. Like I think this is gonna be like he's already like broken out for the people that are like watching the NFL under a microscope, but like for the national stage, Ladd's gonna break out on Monday Night Football against the Ravens.
All right, there we go. We got 5.
Okay.
We do probably need, I don't know. What is Knicks to score a rushing touchdown? I don't know if that's not enough. 1.62x is not enough.
Yeah, no, I was kind of I was looking at that too, and I was like, I need
my God. Hertz is 0.9x, dude. I was about to do Hertz, but I mean,
wow, man.
It's got to be, the thing with Hertz is like, sure, the implied probability of him scoring a touchdown if you knew they were going to be on the 3-yard line is 100%. But games do have to take place in such a way that you get to the 1-yard line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and they just somehow always do.
They just somehow always do, but like it's not always that frequent how that happens. You know what? I got a spicy one. We have a Jaden Reed spicy one. I got a spicy one for you.
We got room for a couple more.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah.
So before the Arizona Cardinals bye week, we got Kyler Murray said this. It wasn't a report. Kyler Murray said he and Marvin Harrison Jr. got together, and he was basically like, dude, you're kind of not having that good of a rookie year. How can I help you? How can I help you? And then like basically overnight, his route tree changed and his target depth changed. Yeah. Like literally you go look at his next gen stats and look at before Kyler said this and after. And it's like, he started getting like 8 targets in a game instead of 3. He scored that great over the shoulder touchdown. He looked much more like Ohio State Marvin Harrison. I think he's super undervalued.
I'm pretty sure he's
right now.
I'm pretty sure he's like double covered at like one of the highest rates in football too.
Chase is the highest by like 1,000,000,000%, but it would not surprise me if Harrison is high.
Yeah, which is like part of the problem. But Seattle is a stinky defense, so let's throw in Marv.
Yeah, he will be Marv and Jaden Harrison. Marv and Jaden Reed are going to be like my 2 biggest positions of the week, basically. Man. This is where I actually know there is a AI product that exists now to like summarize this type of stuff. Just like sad for Kyler, but Kyler's a millionaire, so I don't actually really care. I would love to get the sneaky intel from Kyler's blog.
Pat Moore's grinding. You can't just
these poker players. These poker players. He puts up Kyler's vlog while he's running Pio Solver. Classic. Okay. There we go. We have got 6.
Yeah.
We need 2 more.
I kind of just want to stick to this game. And we got 2 spicies in there. What if we just do Ken Walker? Kind of bring this back down with a nice, good probability play here. Of course he does.
Soul Read by me.
Soul Read.
Yeah, I'm sure the guy who's got poker in his YouTube name doesn't have Pile Solver. Yeah, I mean, look, Kenneth Walker scores a touchdown every single game. Has Kenneth Walker ever not scored a touchdown, specifically against Arizona? I'm assuming no. I'm assuming he scored a touchdown 100% of the time in his career.
Yeah, don't fact check that. That's a yes.
Fact check it, but I bet it's true.
Daring you for the American Patriots to fact check it.
Oh, here, I got another spicy one. I don't even know what the price is going to be, but it's going to be spicy. Bucky Irving to record a rushing or receiving touchdown against the New York Football Giants.
I feel like I'm crazy for liking him as much as I do. I've been getting him like up and down my underdog drafts. There's talk that he's going to split work, because like you have the Rashad projections. They look pretty similar, but
White is actually playing less. So as White has been snapping off all these games, he's actually playing less and Bucky is playing more. It's just that White has run insanely hot on receiving touchdowns. Like basically he's, and he is a good receiver, but like the way I would think of it is Bucky is the Montgomery, White is the Gibbs, basically is the way I would say that.
Yeah. And they get Mike Evans back. They're a much better team with Mike Evans on the field. It helps them, sustain drives. They're playing the Giants who they're putting in, Tommy Cutlets. I feel like I'm crazy, man. Like I think Bucky Irving is a smash this week and I can get him anytime I want basically on Underdog right now. So this is that's a double stamp of approval.
Yeah, double stamp, ship it. There we go. The Octopus, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's the same thing as scoring a touchdown and then the 2-point conversion. I'm not going to lie. Hitting one of these, hitting an 8-leg touchdown shipper would feel insanely good.
It would heal a lot of things in me for sure. It would fix me.
We've had I've gotten up to 6 in one before. In fact, actually that's not true. I've gotten up to 6 where I got vulture protected and then an injury. I got an Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill, and then I got the rescue, which is I guess that's a win, but it doesn't always feel like a win.
No, it doesn't. But this one's gonna smash, man. I feel so good about this.
I do too. All right, so to recap for the audio listeners, Devin A-Chain, Jahmyr Gibbs, David Montgomery, Jaden Reed, Ladd McConkey, Marvin Harrison Jr., Kenneth Walker, and Bucky Irving, all to record touchdowns. We did. This was a 2 out of 3, and we missed one. The spicy one. We missed it. We missed it by 1. I will. I'm not going to show my screen while I go show all of my results because I don't want you guys to see that.
Sign off.
but I will go find it. We did. I gotta find it was like insanely close.
So we got to build a slider next, or
yeah. So this was one of them. We got the May passing yard slider, the Chase Brown combo slider. There was this one. Oh, I reused it. Yeah, and then we did another one that was pretty close. I gotta stop doing this on Sea of Red Chiefs Kingdom. Well, this is I don't actually mean to be facetious about this, but the way that these work, you really only need to win like about, if you're doing 5 or 8 leggers, you can win like 10 a year and be on the good side. Like really.
You shouldn't expect to win a lot.
No, if you are doing 8-leg poorly priced pick'em entries, like literally, like if you win once a year, like you like I won in week 1, literally week 1, maybe week 2, I don't remember, on a Trey McBride fumble recovery touchdown, whatever week that was.
Man, that's insane.
I had him higher than 11.65. He had 11.6, and then he recovered a fumble for a touchdown in the end zone. But basically, you got to just treat that as good. The 8-leggers are so freaking hard to win, dude. It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's time. We need to find a slider. I I think I know. I think we should do A-Chain again. I mean,
yeah. How do you want to do that with scrimmage yards or receiving?
Let's see. The scrimmage yards you can only get to 1.5x.
Wow.
The receiving yards you can get to 2.4x at 59.5. What do you think? I could go
That's
either
fun.
way.
I like the 59.5.
I mean, again, he could literally do that on a play.
Exactly. Right. He's just that type of player.
I wonder if they have a Jahmyr Gibbs. Yeah. So what I wanted with Jahmyr Gibbs is I wanted longest rush, but I wanted to do longest rush like over like 29.5.
Yeah. Slide that one up. Do we have the option?
No option. This is actually true. Our friends who we do like at Underdog, they've been being cowards with the Jahmyr Gibbs longest rush because they get killed on it.
Yeah,
he gets it every week. He gets it every week.
Yeah, they understood that we figured it out, and we understood it now, and now
correct.
And now they came for us.
All right, so we've got H-An. I just want to see what the McCaffrey sliders are.
Okay.
What do we think McCaffrey is 1.8x. I mean, I would do it to get 100 rushing yards, but I'd like it better. Obviously, I'd like it a little bit better as scrimmage yards.
Yeah.
And they only do the 1.24x multiplier. Ooh, receiving yards.
Let's slide up. Yeah, I mean, like that makes perfect sense.
Double receiving. Actually, wait. I got an even spicier one. They might not have it available. Ooh, free.
Greatest receiver of all time.
The greatest receiver of all time. You're telling me Juwan Jennings to get 100 yards only happens 4 times a season? Yeah, right.
Yeah,
you're talking about prime Calvin Johnson, prime Randy Moss, and one guy? Get out of town. This is actually a good question. Why does Tua not wear it?
It's a great question, man. I don't understand why these guys don't do a lot of things. Like, why would he not just try it? Just try it. I don't know. Can you not throw with that on your neck?
Maybe it would make you uncomfortable in the throwing motion. I don't know. I could buy that.
He doesn't believe in them. He doesn't believe in the tech.
All right. Who do you want to check next?
We're gonna take this one step further.
Oh yeah, I mean, come on. Two legs, brother. All right, we've got H-An 59.5, Jennings to 100 yards.
I got a suggestion, but
yeah, hit me.
I think we should think about sliding Rome.
Give me the thesis behind the play.
I just think that Rome is I just think he's due, dude. I think he's due. We get Shane Waldron out of here, and I think he's one of the more talented receivers on this team. I think, I still have a lot of respect for DJ Moore, but Rome got 10 targets against Green Bay, first game after the coaching change, got 100 yards 2 weeks before that against Arizona. All I'm asking is for 70. We don't have to go to 80.
So, one, there is no more powerful theory than do. It's a universal rule of mathematics. So one, I do like that. The thing I would try and sell you on is
DJ instead.
DJ Moore is a better version of this bet because we saw the game plan last week and we saw their plan is to get the ball out as quick as possible. Let Caleb just kind of reset, not be on his ass. Because what Caleb was doing was he was just trying to make every play. He just, like, every time he dropped back to pass, he was like, I got to bail us out of this. Like, I got to figure this out. And they were like, instead of that, just have this dude, like, can we give him 3 weeks where he's not getting sacked? Can we just let him zoom out on the chart a little bit,
Yeah.
So I will do either, but I'm pitching you I'm pitching you DJ Moore slider.
It's a similar thesis. I'll pivot. I'll pivot to DJ.
DJ Moore also very due. DJ Moore also not as due as Rome, but still pretty due.
Yeah, I mean, he did get paid, so he's just like he's chilling. But
wow, the max entry. If we scale this down?
Yeah, do.
Yes. So very important note there at home. Did you see that?
Really?
So what happened right there was the odds were the same. They were both 150x. So if you were doing this at home, you don't make sure
70?
That.
Go to 70 and then just accept our measly little 109.
No, come on.
Well, we got to max this out carefully, right? Because like 150 is all that we're getting. And if we, well, I don't know why 150 is the max. Because if I I'm just like adding a generic 1x.
Yeah.
To this, and it takes me to 183. Maybe because you're champions, you can't go to.
It's champ. I can't go any higher because the maximum amount, the maximum amount that you can win is $3,000.
Okay.
2.34x gets you to 145x. God, dude, do I love when these guys in the chat know math. I mean, let me tell you, you guys brighten my day. Like, there's a guy named Neil Farley who does some DFS content.
Yeah,
he watches these, and he is always on the math. And I'm like, dude, I can always count on Neil. He'll always get me when my math.
That would have taken me 10 minutes to figure that out. I'm not even kidding.
All right, I'm doing this one.
Okay.
Oh, 5 and 5. 5 for the flex, 5 for the standard. Bang. The spicy slider play. And then we can go back. We can go back to unabated and we can cook up another 5-legger, a more standards, easier to win.
Yeah.
The spicy slider. All right. I will post that link in the chat, and then I'm going to click reuse players, and I'm going to fire the standard, and bang, we did it. I think some of these lines don't work as well because I have pick'em champions. Although I think, Nez, pretty soon I'm not going to have pick'em champions. I think I'm going to have a real pick'em because Missouri. So Missouri passed legalized sports betting. But apparently right now there's a legitimate recount. There's like a recount.
Yeah, I saw that.
God, I mean, could I run any worse, dude?
You guys don't have it right now?
No. So right now, in the past 24 hours, Missouri sports betting ballot measure maintains approval after official count. Bang. Wow. Okay.
Because usually champions coincides with legal states.
Oh, does it?
Usually.
I thought it would be the other way.
Because I have regular pick'em in Texas. Like Peter, for example, has like legal betting, and then he got championed like overnight. Like they just like they flipped them to champions because champions is like true peer-to-peer. So it's different from like this fantasy game that's that exists otherwise where you're playing against Underdog.
I mean, oh, there's a new Kendrick album?
What?
Bro, is that true?
I think is that a lie?
Please, I'm gonna go look on Apple Music right now.
Huh.
Oh my God.
There is. Interesting. Let's go.
Wow, breaking news. Breaking news from my man Coolers. Incredible. All right, well, I know what I'm doing when we get off. Let's go back over to Unabated. Let's click on the DFS Pick'em tool, and we are going to cook one more 5-legger, and then we're going to get out of here. Let's see. He wants me to take lowers on all my favorite players, so I'm just going to scroll right past those.
Yeah, we're just going to ignore that.
Will Levis higher passing yards. That's a cardi ass line. Wow, he likes a Brock Bowers higher, brother.
I'm telling you, man. Like they're gonna be slinging this thing because they're gonna be playing from behind, like off the rip. Both their running backs, both hurt.
All right, here's
Not
the deal.
It matters.
Here's the deal. I'm sliding him to 69.5. I'm gonna do 69.5 for Bowers because Cardi's got him at 70.5 anyway. So I'm gonna do it. I'm sliding him.
Just a slight slide.
A slight slide. And look, he's got Bo Nix hires on the other side of the game. Do you think we'll pay a correlation penalty for that, or do you think we won't?
No, it shouldn't. It should be like minuscule, if anything.
I can't do that, Matt. I think we are paying a slight penalty. Yeah. So this is what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to do Bo Nix to 229.5.
Sure.
Which is still in line with what Derek has projected. He's got, wow, CJ Stroud higher passing yards.
Is this game in a dome? Yeah.
Is it in a dome? Yeah, it is in a dome. It is in a dome. Oh, Cade Otton lower receiving yards. I don't think I've got the stones to get beaten by Cade Otton again, but that's your sharp friend who keeps track of all of his bets on a spreadsheet and uses the unabated screen to compare odds against. He's playing that because he's like, dude, Mike Evans is back. Jalen McMillan's fully healthy. I'm not doing it.
You're not?
But it is no. Because okay. Cade Otton has owned me all year.
Yeah.
I'm not in the business of getting owned by guys I've already been owned by. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. What about what's he like? Does he have anything on Aaron Jones? Or is he like at market on Aaron Jones?
I wonder. He thinks that Aaron Jones is being
because he's playing in that chilly Chicago weather.
Looks like he thinks he's actually being underprojected as a receiver.
Interesting.
I could buy that. Yeah, I was gonna say I could really buy that. Like, oh, it's cold. It's like you want to keep it close to the line of scrimmage. Maybe KOC has got them playing a little bit more conservative.
Because that secondary is tough.
Yeah. Let's do 15.5 receiving yards.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. What has he got? What has he got for Justin Jefferson? Let's just depress myself.
I think it's probably it's gonna be a lower.
He's got him. He's just got him right at market.
Okay. Wow.
What does he got? What does he have for Flowers on Monday night? Okay. All right. Not feeling it.
That's interesting. It looks like his projection was higher.
The way that it's displayed on the screen is it's a sim.
Got it.
With like a range of distributions, you know?
Okay.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let's run it back. Let's do the estimate lower rushing yards.
I'm not gonna talk you off the ledge on this one.
Well, it's just like I think like obviously he could get more than that, but like he also like might get one rushing attempt in this game. Actually, what does Javonte have? Oh,
I wish I had a read on this.
They middled it.
Yeah.
They middled it, dude. Look at that.
I wish I had a read on this. I just don't.
My read is I wish they just ran it back how they did last week, and then the decision would be easy.
Yeah, right. Where they committed to one side.
How many rushes did Dowdle get last week?
I think 10.
Because I think Derek is pretty close to right here. What do we have for Dowdle as a pass catcher this week? Rico Dowdle, 14.5 receiving yards.
I kind of like that.
I might prefer receptions, honestly.
Yeah, 2, 3, and 5. It looks like in the last 3. They're going to be passing a lot, right? They have no fear of dropping back with Cooper Rush.
Let's do, well, here, hold on. What does Derek have? He does have him over on receiving yards. He doesn't have it broken down by reception. I would have to go log in on Plus EV Analytics, but I can extrapolate from seeing this receiving yards number that he would have it aligned. 2.5 receptions.
Yeah, let's do the receptions. I like playing the volume stuff.
I do too. I mean, it's obviously like volume over efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
Much more easily projectable.
I know it's a Sunday night game, but like I'm really into these Rams receivers right now. I think they're both just absolutely dialed, and it is kind of tough because this Eagles secondary is like well improved, but I just think both these guys are freaks. So
yeah, Derek has for Puka 80 receiving yards. Again, in the sim, it's got a little bit of a negative edge. I wonder why that is. I would have to ask Thomas or one of the guys over there at Unabated. Mm-hmm. But my mind is too simple. I see one number there, I see other number there, so I go bang, higher. Easy peasy.
Yeah. So yeah, you might have to click on him. So okay, yeah, I like the receiving yards. I'm not in the business of trying to get hooked because I played
rushing plus receiving.
Yeah. Don't like that.
All right, there we go. We have got Brock Bowers higher than 69.5 receiving yards. Bo Nix higher than 229.5 passing yards. Aaron Jones higher than 15.5 receiving yards. Rico Dowdle higher than 2.5 receptions. And Puka Nacua higher than 68.5 receiving yards. We cook that all up inside of the Unabated DFS Pick'em tool. There is a promo code that you can use if you also want to have access to that tool. Completely up to you. Mr. Nez, what is cooking up in the Badge Brothers Emporium this weekend?
So coming up in, let's see here, be an hour and a half going on the clock, the show we do with Peter Overzet every Friday where we break down the NFL main slate, do some more pick'ems, talk about dog bowl strategy, main BR strategy, and Pete is an absolute savant in these draft games for football. And I will say, I think that this week is extremely exploitable as far as ADP goes. So I would definitely tap in. And I think we have a pretty decent overlap. But if you don't know, check that out. It's a pretty good show. And we're talking about all things Underdog Daily Drafts over on Badge Bros. So if you want to get some NBA alpha, we're talking NBA. We'll have some playoff best ball when that comes around. Davis, always appreciate the spot, man. Thanks for letting me come on and build some shippers with you.
Buddy, when playoff best ball comes, I have 8 entries left to finish the way too early playoff best ball wild card. By the time the viewers see me this afternoon for the DFS stream with Neil and Karain, I have 7 left in the way too early wild card, way too early playoff best ball, 10K to first.
Chiefs versus who is like who you're rooting for the most?
This is actually a good question. I don't even know my exposures because I'm basically just drafting them absentmindedly.
Of course,
I'll just sort by quarterback. That'll be the easiest way to do it. What teams do you think I am most exposed to?
I think the Lions. I think the 49ers. I think the Eagles. I think you just like the best plays. And then I think sneaky, you are also into
my fourth exposure quarterback is a weirdo.
Is it the Rams?
No, it's Herbert. It's the Chargers. I've got
so
more
a little bit of middling. Okay.
I've got more Herbert than Allen, than Stroud, than Love. I actually only have 11% Purdy.
I was only picking NFC.
If the fucking 49ers lose this game to the Packers, they're like 3% to make the playoffs. Like this is like this game.
What were the Bills last year? Remember the Bills were like
Reeves Reeves was making the same point to me. Like, it's the same thing as the Bills. Like, they lose all these close games and they go on a run. But Purdy's literally injured right now.
Yeah,
you know?
I know.
No, the winner, the freaking winner of this is totally going to be the guy who's just like, I don't care. I just autoed 150 49ers teams. Like, that's like, I autoed 150 Niners Bills teams. Goff, actually, I've got more Goff than Mahomes. I've got 25% Goff, 21% Mahomes.
I mean, I don't hate it. You just you might have to double up if you're doing Goff, though, because they're probably going to get the bye. So
yes, which is why I have so much Herbert. You stack them in.
I love it. Yeah, he's simply an advanced rate play. That's
simply an advanced rate play. All right, boys, we are getting out of here. Make sure that you check out Off and On the Clock this afternoon, and then I will be back with Neil and Pat at 3 p.m. Central Time, 4 p.m. Eastern. Later, everybody. It's Short King Summer, dude. It just feels like no one in fantasy sports ever learns anything. Does he mistime it, or is Brock Bowers just a grown man? Brock Bowers is just a grown man. Dare I say, Rich, football might be back. In the words of Lane Johnson, this offense looks constipated. It's Short King Summer.